Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about engineering geology. Subject code is 18CB36, especially for module 2, that is petrology and geomorphology. So in this session, we are going to discuss about introduction to petrology, classification of rocks, igneous rocks, classification of igneous rocks, index properties, and descriptive study of igneous rocks. First, coming to petrology. Petrology means it is nothing but study of rocks. Petro means rock, logy means study. So when come to definition of the petrology is the branch of geology deals with the various aspects of rocks such as origin, association, occurrence, mineral composition, texture, structure, and also physical properties of the rocks. So coming to rock. Rock is a naturally formed, consolidated material usually composed of grains of one or more minerals. Or, in other words, we can say rock is a natural aggregate of minerals. So, in the picture, you can see the granite rock, which is composed of different minerals like quartz, hornblende, biotite, feldspar, like that. So these minerals are consolidated to give hard mass that is called as rock, that is granite rock. Most of the rocks are hidden within the earth's surface and some of them appear in the form of hills and mountains. Next come to classification of rocks. Rocks are the building blocks of the earth crust. So these are classified into various ways based on the different principles such as physical classification, chemical classification, and geological classification. So here in geological classification, based on the mode of origin, igneous rocks are classified into three types. They are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and also metamorphic rocks. Coming to igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are the rocks. These are formed by the cooling and solidification of magma or lava. So this magma is nothing but hot, molten, rocky material which is present below the surface of the earth is called as magma. When this hot, molten material, when it comes on the surface of the earth, then we can call it as lava. So the word igneous is derived from Latin ignis, which means fire. Hence it is known as fiery rocks. So these igneous rocks are first formed rock. They are also called as primary or parent rocks. When come to the formation, so if you go below the earth deeper and deeper, the temperature and pressure will increases gradually at a certain level. Due to the increasing temperature and pressure, the all solid rock mass are converted into liquid state. So this liquid molten material is liquid molten material is uh, get solidified due to the decrease in temperature. So that leads to the formation of igneous rocks below the surface and also on the surface. These igneous rocks, which formed below the ground surface by the consolidation of magma, are called as intrusive bodies, and those formed by the cooling of lava above the ground surface when it contact with water and air, then it is called as extrusive bodies. So these are commonly massive, hard, and compact, and they often exposed in the form of veins and stringers penetrating into the country rocks. Next, come to classification of igneous rocks. So igneous rocks were classified on the basis of silica content and also based on the mode of occurrence. So classification based on the proportion of silica content in the magma. That means based on the silica percentage, igneous rocks are classified into following types. They are acidic rocks or oversaturated rocks, intermediate rocks, basic rocks and ultra basic rocks. First come to acidic rocks. Acidic rocks are oversaturated rocks. These are the igneous rocks which are rich in silica. That means the silica percentage is more than 65. So these acidic rocks are generally light in color and light in weight. Example is granite and pegmatite. Next one is intermediate igneous rocks. These rocks contain silica percentage between 55 to 65. The example for intermediate rocks are syenite and diorite. Next one is basic igneous rock. These rocks are contain silica percentage between 45 to 55. That means these contains low percentage of silica. So basic rocks are comparatively darker in color. Example is dolerite and gabbro. Next one is ultra basic igneous rocks. These contains very low silica content. That means the silica percentage is less than 45%, being called as undersaturated. So these are also called as undersaturated rocks. Example is dunite. So next classification is classification based on the mode of occurrence. So based on mode of occurrence, igneous rocks are classified into plutonic rocks, hypobasal rocks, and also volcanic rocks. Coming to plutonic rocks or plutonic igneous rocks. So these rocks are deep-seated rocks formed under slow cooling and great pressure conditions. They exhibit equigranular texture because of the magma has cooled slowly under uniform pressure. Normally, these are formed at deeper depth. Example is granite, syenite, diorite, and gabbro. So next one is hypobasal rocks. Hypobasal rocks are formed by solidification of magma near to the surface of the earth crust, or we can say lesser depth. These rocks are formed at lesser depth or shallow depth. They also they also they show porphyritic texture because of rapid cooling of magma. Example is pegmatite and dolerite. Next one is volcanic rocks. So these volcanic rocks are formed on the surface of the earth crust by the cooling and solidification of lava. Here the minerals are cannot be distinguished with naked eye because of very small grain size and is due to the rapid cooling and chilling of the lava. For example, basalt. So next come to the index properties. The following are the important characteristics or physical properties which helps in the identification and also classification of the rocks. So with the help of some of the testing tools, we can identify the rocks. They are penile, magnet, steeptate, and also dilute HCl. So coming to index properties, first index property is color. The color of the rocks depends upon the color of the aggregated minerals or cementing material. In case of sedimentary rocks, it is cementing material, and, and it is generalized according to the overall shade. So it is one of the important physical property of the rock. So next one is texture. Texture is defined as the mutual relationship of the constituent mineral grains and their size and shape. So in the texture, so based on grain size, we are going to differentiate fine grained, medium grained, and also coarse grained. So if the mineral is fine grained, so the grain size is less than 1 mm. So if the mineral is medium grain, if the rock is medium grain, then the size is between 1 mm to 5 mm. And if it is coarse grain, the grain size is more than 5 mm. So next come to mineral composition, the combination and proportion of the component minerals. So first one is essential mineral. Essential mineral means the mineral which is present dominantly. That is called essential minerals. So we can easily identify by naked eye. Next one is accessory minerals. So accessory minerals are the minerals which is present in lesser quantity. So that is fine particles of the deleterious component. So next come to color index of igneous rocks. Three descriptive terms are used for the specified ranges of color index. First one is leucocratic, that means light colored rock. If the rock is light in color, then we can call it as leucocratic because it contains less than 30% of dark colored minerals. Next one is mesocratic. That means the color of the rock is medium colored. That means that contains 20 to 60% of dark colored minerals. So next one is melanocratic. So it is a dark colored mineral, contains more than 60% of dark colored mineral. For example, dolerite, basalt. These are the dark colored minerals. Sorry, dark colored rocks.